Hi, welcome to this warrior flow practice. No props are required, but you may choose to have a couple blocks or block-like props to move through this practice. We're going to start in a mountain shape, top of our mats. Just begin by rooting in, finding the breath. Taking a moment to arrive on our mat and in our practice. So give ourselves permission to let go of whatever it is we were doing before we got on our mat. We're not yet worrying about what we have to do next. We're just going to be present here for the next little while. As we move through this warrior practice today, I want you to think about cultivating a sense of personal strength or power as we move through these sequences, really feeling your own strength. If you're not at the top of your mat, let's head to the top of our mats now. Rooting into our mountain for just one more breath. Let's begin to take the weight into the right leg as we take a nice big step back with the left. We're going to turn that foot about 45 degrees, grounding down through the heel, finding a lunge position. We're going to be working a lot in our warrior 1 and warrior 2 today, so I want you the first time through to really find a comfortable warrior 1 for you. If we're feeling a little bit unsteady, we can always widen our base of support just to feel a little bit more stable. Sometimes that just might feel more comfortable anyways. We also just can pay attention to the distance that feels best for that foot to be back. So we don't need to take a huge step back. We can take a little bit narrower stance here. So really just listening to your body. See if you can find that sweet spot for your warrior 1. I'm going to be mindful of our hips being square to the front of the space and also the pelvis being as level as it can be. Hands can rest to the hips, heart center, or we can extend those fingertips. Nice and open through the chest if we're lifting, shoulders down and back. Breathing here. Really feeling the soles of the feet into the mat space and pulling that energy up through the body. So we're going to leave our right foot exactly as it is and begin to pivot ourselves open to the long edge of the mat, keeping the lunge in that right knee. We're arriving at warrior 2. So that back foot's going to be parallel to the short edge of the mat. And this time our torso is open to the side, shoulders stacked over hips. So again, just take a moment or two to kind of find where you want to be in your warrior 2 today. Our arms can reach out to the sides, shoulder height, or we can always relax hands to hips or even heart center. So choose what feels best for you. Let's breathe here. Good, again, feeling that strength, pulling up from the soles of the feet, up through the legs, up through the torso. Let's begin to release our left hand to our left leg as we sweep the right fingertips up overhead. Back through that warrior 2 position. We're going to start to hinge forward, right hand or forearm to the thigh, left fingertips reaching. It's our side angle shape. Back through our warrior 2 position. Let's start to straighten into that right knee as we heel to the left foot in towards us. Just narrowing that stance a little bit. Hips are going to head off to the left as we reach. Hinge and open into our triangle shape. So in our triangle shape, we're really thinking about keeping the torso and the chest open. So try not to let that left hip collapse, trying to reach down too far to the ground. Or better to stay more upright here, maintain that open position, and then see if we can slide down in a little bit further. Fingertips can be reaching, or rest that hand to the hip. So again, just really feeling the strength in this position. You can always use a block here as well. That feels good for you. We're going to start to take the gaze to the right foot, soft through the knee, pivot around to the sole of that left foot. We're gonna step it up, mountain shape, find our breath. So we're gonna reverse this sequence. We're gonna move nice and slow the first time through again, just really getting our footing and feeling our positions. So take a nice big step back with the right, starting our warrior one. Let heels planted, that right foot's about 45 degrees. Our hips are as square and as level as they can feel comfortably. Knee is right over the ankle, and then hands to hips, heart center or reaching. And so remembering if we want to widen our stance here, then we can do that. Just wiggle that foot out a little bit wider, that left foot. You can always step that right foot in a little closer. So just find the position that feels best for you. And we're going to pivot, opening ourselves up the long edge of the mat. And find our warrior two. That right foot's now parallel to the short edge. Shoulders over hips. Square to the side of the mat. And breathe. We're going to reverse our warrior, so right hand can find the right leg. Left fingertips reaching. Back through warrior two. Let's allow that left hand or forearm to find the thighs. We reach those right fingertips. Breathing. Back through warrior two. Let's begin to set up for that triangle. So straighten in the left, heel to that right in. Hips are going to shoot off to the right as we reach. And just thinking about a little hinge here. Opening, so that nice open position. So triangle is not about fingertips reaching the ground. Fingertips, or triangle, sorry, is we have this nice open position through the torso, through the shoulders. Let's take the gaze down to that left foot, soft through the knee, warrior two. And then we're going to pivot around to the front edge of the mat, step it in, find our mountain, find our breath. So we're just going to be flowing through this warrior sequence here, maybe adding on a little bit, but you can decide how much power you find in your practice today. So our warrior sequence can be a really good just mobility and sort of stretching if we just take it a little bit gentler. It can also be a really good strength and heat builder if we drop in a little bit deeper into our lunges and just really power it up. So you decide what you need out of this practice today. We're in our mountain shape, weight into the right leg, big step back to the left. Let's find our warrior one. Pivot, opening up, long edge of the mat, warrior two. Good, we're gonna find a little flow back and forth here. So between reversing our warrior and our side angle. If we want a little bit deeper in that side angle, we can use a block to the inside of that right ankle. We're just gonna flow back and forth. Good, back into warrior two. Let's begin to straighten that right knee, heel to the left in. Hips off to the left, reaching, hinging, opening right. Triangle shape. And we'll take our gaze down to that right foot, soft through the knee, back up through warrior two. The pivot, stepping up, mountain shape. Find our breath. Weight into right, big step back with the left. Sorry, weight into left, big step back with the right. Warrior one. Pivot, opening up for warrior two. I used to edit all my videos anytime I stumble on my words. Take it out, try and have it perfect. And I thought, what's the sense in that? I'm here to teach you that it's okay to be imperfect. So now you get the bloopers, unedited. And we're gonna start to find that little flow. So we're reversing our warrior. And then into side angle, so option to find a block. Inside that ankle. Making sure our breath is moving. Good. Warrior two. We're going to set up for our triangle. Straighten that knee, heel toe in. Hips off to the right, reach to the left, hand to the leg or a block. Again, really focusing on that open position. Nice hip opener here. Need to take the gaze down, let that foot sock through the knee, back up, warrior two. Pivot around to the front of the mat, step it in, mountain shape, find your breath. Weight into right, big step back with the left, warrior one. So we can stay here in our warrior one, or we can begin to explore into our humble warrior. Release the hands, reaching back either for opposite forearms or interlace those fingers, open through the heart space, and begin to bow forward. So we want to keep the chest nice and open. Maybe lift those hands up off the back if that feels okay. Gently pulling ourselves back up. Release those hands, let's pivot. Opening up, warrior two. So maybe we're creating a little bit of heat now. Maybe we're able to sink in a little bit deeper. But if you want to keep it a little light, that's okay too. Start to move into our little flow here. Reversing. Side angle. Maybe if we're feeling a little bit warm, fingertips might even come down towards the mat space. Just a reminder to never force our bodies, even if we are warm. Back into warrior two. Let's straighten that right knee, heel to the left in, hips to the left, hinging, reaching, opening, triangle. More active variation of this shape would be just to kind of float the fingertips to the inside of the leg. So really having to engage in our core area here. But it's also okay just to choose that supported variation. Gaze down to that right foot, back up. Warrior two, we're gonna pivot around, step it up, mountain shape, one breath. Weight into left, step it back with the right. Warrior one. Hang out here, or we'll move into that humble warrior. Open through the heart space. And then maybe begin to bow forward. Back up through our warrior one. Let's pivot, open up, long edge of the mat. Warrior two. Drop into that little flow here. Reverse. And side angle. Back into warrior two, setting up for our triangle. Heel to that right foot in. To the right, hinging, opening. So again, option to choose a more active variation, or we can keep that hand supported. And maybe starting to feel even a little bit more heat here. Gaze down to that left foot, back up, warrior two, release, kick around, finding our mountain, find our breath. Alright, so this time as we're stepping back, option to find a little bit of a balanced shape in our warrior three. So weight into the right leg as we begin to step back. Maybe we think about hinging forward. So we want to keep our pelvis and hips as level as we can here. So we float that left leg. Feel free to keep as much bend in that right knee as you need. And then nice and controlled, lowering down, warrior one. Hang out here, maybe begin to move into humble warrior. Back up through warrior one. Open up, warrior two. Finding that little flow. Warrior two, let's set up for our triangle. So the left, hinging, reaching, opening. So options to stay here in our triangle shape, or we could explore into our half moon, which is a pretty challenging balance shape, but if you're feeling up for it, we're basically going to tip our triangle on end. So we can start to soften into that right leg, and hands are going to come to either the mat space or a block as we float that left leg up behind us. Good. Be in that nice open position. And we're ready to come out. We're going to come out as controlled as we can. Back into warrior two, either from triangle or half moon. And then we're going to release those hands, pivot around, step it up, mountain shape, find your breath. Second side. Weighted to left, so either stepping right back into warrior one, or maybe we're going to play a little bit in our warrior three. Moving our warrior one. Hanging out here, or let's humble our warrior. Back up, open up, warrior two. Find our little flow here. Back into warrior two, setting up for our triangle. Heel to that back foot in. Hips to the right, hinging, opening left. So again, we can stay here, or we can go on a little adventure. Knowing that anytime we're exploring a balance shape, especially something new, that we're maybe going to feel a little unsteady or a little uncomfortable. So give yourself that permission. So really focusing on that open position through the chest and the shoulders. Nice and controlled as we come out. Warrior two. Release those hands. Pivot around the top edge of the mat. We're going to step it up. Mountain pose. Let's find our breath. And we're going to move through just one more time here quickly. So weight into the right foot. We want to add on a little bit more. Maybe this time we sweep that left leg in front and then sweep it back. Warrior three. Warrior one. Maybe humble warrior. Warrior one. Warrior two. And feeling your own strength. Reversing warrior. Side angle. Just flowing here. One more time. Warrior two. Let's find our triangle. Good, so we're going to stay here or journey into that half moon shape. Give yourself permission to stumble a little bit or try something new if you're feeling up for it. And nice and controlled. Back into warrior two. Release those hands, pivot around. Mountain shape, find our breath. Good, weight into left. You can step back warrior one, or maybe sweeping that leg up in front. Playing a little in our warrior three. Let's meet in our warrior one. Maybe humble. And back up. Warrior two. Reversing. Side angle. Reversing. Side angle. Good, one more time. Warrior two. Setting up for our triangle. Good, so staying here, or we can go on a little adventure. Now let's meet back in warrior two. Release those hands, pivot around, step it up. Mountain shape, find our breath. Just feel the heat moving through the body. Feel the strength that we've built through the legs, through the core. Just feeling strong in your own personal power. So we take it down to our mat space. You can either come just right down into a nice supported seated position with soles of the feet together, or we can move through our Malasana Yogi squat, heels in, toes out. We begin to lower ourselves down nice and controlled. And just remember choosing the shapes that feel best for your body. So don't force yourself into anything that doesn't feel supportive for you. For the last time, we're just going to be here for about 2 breaths. Begin to reach back behind us. Lower those hips. We'll stretch the legs long. Find a little wiggle, a little shake. And then just choosing a nice, comfortable seated position for you. Rooting through the sits bones. Let's feel that energy coming up through the spine, through the crown of the head. Shoulders down and back. Chest is opened. Just close down through the eyes. Begin to connect with the breath. I want you to take a moment here to celebrate your strength. Focus on what you've accomplished today in your practice. And even if you didn't feel your best, just celebrating the strength you did feel today. And sometimes knowing that the strength is just simply showing up. I want you to take a moment to thank yourself for being here and for showing up in your practice and on your mat. Thank you so much for being here with me. Look forward to practicing with you again very soon.